continues to escalate in Manipur. On Saturday, there are 5 casualties being reported from the strife-torn state. In the Jiribam area, early this morning, a senior citizen was killed, and subsequent action by police led to the death of 4 miscreants. Police has identified them as Kuki miscreants. The Methi population is also up in arms that this entire cycle of violence has been orchestrated by the Kuki groups, allegedly, something that the Kukis have denied. They say that it's us who are being victimized, and the state is not really standing with us. But on the ground, Kokomi, which is the group of Methi intellectuals, they have given an ultimatum to the state government that you must resolve this issue. But as far as violence goes, what has really happened in the last week or so? It all began with back-to-back incidents of grenades getting dropped from drones, and since then anti-drone mechanism has been put up. Assam Rifles equipments have been put up between the Bishnupur and Churachandpur areas, which means the buffer zone between the valley and the hillside. There's also CRPF's equipment, jammers called Dronam, which have been put into place there to jam the frequency of the drones. And Manipur police also is now procuring anti-drone equipments so that danger is negated. But then there are fresh assault mechanisms that we have seen in the last 2 days. There was a rocket that was fired in Moirang, killing 1 senior citizen. Before that also another rocket incident had happened in Bishnupur area. Then in Imphal, in the main capital, there was an attempt to loot the armory and police intervened, but 1 police constable and 1 officer got injured. There were scenes of absolute chaos on the streets of Imphal, and post that, schools and colleges were asked to remain shut today. So that was the situation in the capital. In Jiribam also the situation remained tense, and in the overall Bishnupur Churachandpur area, in the buffer zone, patrolling and search and cordon operations are being carried out by the local police. The CRPF and the army and the other paramilitary forces have also been asked to join the CASO. The concern, however, is that with Jammu and Kashmir elections round the corner, Assam Rifles units could move there. There has been a vote of no confidence, so to say, from at least 1 BJP MLA, who is also the son-in-law of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, in the paramilitary presence. What he has said in his letter to Union Home Minister Amit Shah is that the paramilitary forces have been deployed for so many months now, for more than a year, but their intervention is not really putting a stop to the violence. So why are they being allowed to be in Manipur as mute spectators? If you put this question to paramilitary officials, their version is that this is not a situation which can be resolved by the gun. It has to be resolved by talking to each other. Even after a judicial commission was constituted, even after political negotiations were initiated, things are not moving forward. And after a brief lull of about 30 to 60 days, we are seeing violence returning. In this last 7 days or so, at least 9 people have lost their lives. Many have been injured, and therefore the demand again and again is get down to the talking table. There is also this allegation being made by the Kuki groups that the current escalation is an attempt to not keep the talking point around an audio which has gone viral, in which allegations have been made that the voice belongs to the Chief Minister, something that the Chief Minister's office has rejected outright. So the sum total is that tension is prevailing, violence is escalating, police is trying its best to ensure that the situation is normalized, that patrolling continues between the hill and the valley so that people don't cross into each other's territory and escalate tension. But on ground, normal life is still not normal for people of Manipur.